Hi, I'm just gonna make a short video about the new watch I just got. Reason I'm making this video is because I could not find a video review online about this watch. It's a Hamilton khaki Pilot 38mm automatic, and I can only find a video about the larger 46mm. So I thought, why not? Just go ahead and make a video about it. And this is the first time I'm doing a watch review, sort of. So, and my English is not that great, so I hope you can understand what I'm saying and just bear with me. So this is the smaller size version of the Hamilton Pilot watches, old school Flieger type watch. I wanted a watch like this for a long time. I have a very small wrist. I just could not find one that's small enough for me. So when I found this one online, I tried to do gather as much information about this watch as possible before I did the purchase. But there were little information online about this watch. So because I have a very small wrist, so the one critical thing is the lug to lug distance. And because of these type of watches tend to wear a lot bigger than it actually is, so for me it was a kind of a gamble when buying this watch. I just could not find any information about the lug to lug distance, but it turned out to be really good. So I'm very happy with this watch. I'm just gonna do some measurement because it's listed as 38, but I feel it's a little bit bigger than that. I'm getting 39 millimeters for the case, and of course this may not be the most accurate measurement, it's just a cheap plastic caliper. And the lug width is, I'm getting 18, and the lug to lug, I'm getting about, this is kind of hard, okay, about 44, just slightly over 44 millimeters, so it's nice and short lugs, so that's good for if you have small wrist. And the case thickness is 12, getting 12 millimeters. That's pretty good for an automatic watch. This watch features got day and date complication, screw down crown, also has a display case back. Got 20 bar water resistance, which is 200 meters. Quite surprising for a watch of this type. Usually only dive watches have 200 meters of water resistance. I'm quite surprised. The case back is not your typical screw down case back. It's held together by 4 screws. The movement is the ETA 2836-2, which is essentially the same as the 2824. The only difference is the added day complication on the 2836. Power reserve is about 40 hours and beats at 28,800 beats per hour. As far as accuracy, I'm getting a constant plus 4 seconds per day over the course of a week on this watch. As you can see, since it's a pretty high beat rate, the second hand is very smooth, as you can see. Also got an instant day and date change feature. By the way, there were also hacks and hand winds this watch. Yeah, as I said, this got an instant day and date change. What I mean by that is a lot of have several Seiko watches which also have a day and date complication. But thing is, they are the slow changing type, so the day and date wheel start slowly changing at around 11 o'clock, and and the change isn't done until after 12 o'clock. But on this one, the day and date changes instantly, which I think it's pretty nice feature. It's coming up close to 12 o'clock, instantly changes. It's pretty cool. Also hand winds, as I said, but the hand winding just doesn't feel very smooth, but that's pretty common with ETA movement. So yeah, as far as the case finishing, I think it's absolutely great. The brushing, you can focus there. So you can see the brushed sides are done really well. It's almost a satin finish. I think it looks really nice. The polishing is done very well. As you can see, there are the part of the top of the lugs are brushed with a little bit of polishing on the edge there. Overall, the build quality is amazing for, you know, a entry / mid range Swiss made watch. Also, the straps that come with this watch is also quite nice. It's a leather strap. It was quite stiff when I first got it, but after a week of wearing it, it's kind of broken in and it's very comfortable. Also, the buckle is really nicely done as well. Sign Hamilton. It doesn't want to focus. Oh, it's Sign Hamilton there. It's brushed buckle. And the dial is a gray dial, kind of gray metallic dial with a bit of sunburst effect there, as you can see. And they applied the numbers are also, you can see this brushed finishing on them, which looks pretty cool to me. And the second hand, the hour hand and the minute hand also have this matching brushed finish. Also, the hour and minute hand is also partially skeletonized, and so the reason I have done this, because as you can see, the hour hand tip is skeletonized, so you can actually see which hour it's pointing at. And also when the hour and minute hand lines up, kind of almost look like the watch only get a minute hand. Also, they got a pretty decent lume on the hour and minute hand. Also, the minute track on the edge of the dial are all lumed. I can show you the lume. Gonna charge this thing with a flashlight. The lume is not the brightest, not like a Seiko or anything like that, but it does last quite long. You can see a pretty decent lume. As I said, it's not as bright as a Seiko, Seiko SKX lume or a Seiko Monster lume or anything, but it's still decent for what it is. As I mentioned, these type of watches tend to wear quite big, so I'm gonna compare it to another watch which also has this 38mm case. It's a Hamilton khaki field, as you can see. This one appears a lot bigger, though they both have pretty much the same dimensions. Here's my SKX. You can see this one is 41.5 millimeters, I think. As you can see, this one doesn't appear to be any smaller than this one. I'm gonna put it on my wrist to give you a wrist shot. I have a very small wrist. It's a 15.3 millimeter, no, centimeters. I don't know exactly how much is inches, I bet it's around 6 inches. You can see on me it looks, very big, but again, with a 6-inch wrist, many watches look big on me. So, but in person it actually doesn't look very big. It looks big on camera and taking photos of my wrist. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, I think. And if you have any questions about this watch, just put a comment in the comment section. And if you actually think about buying this watch, here's the reference number. This is the Hamilton tag that came with the watch. So I hope my video has been somewhat useful to you if you're looking into buying this watch. So thanks for watching.